everything that I said that I meant. And, like, I don't, like, I feel really bad. And I know you probably think that I don't. But, like, on a strategic level, you are, like, my biggest competitor. And, you know, we have had problems along the way. And last week, a few things came up from other people where it's like, I don't know how much I can trust you. And not just that, like, you've made it clear, which that's fine, but, like, you've made it clear, you know, that you want my dad out of the house. And obviously, like, that's not going to help me at all. So, I don't know. It's kind of like a rough position. And, like, I did go back and forth about it. And I don't know, like, honestly, the whole money thing, too, like, that's honestly how I feel. Like, I know, and I don't mean to sound like, I don't want to sound rude about it, but, like, yeah, like, it must be nice, you know, like, not having to worry about it.
It's not like I personally have a ton of money. I just, you know.
Well, but that's what I mean, is, like, it must be nice to not have to worry about it, you know, like, for me, like, every month, like, I stress out and struggle every month because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my bills, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's like a
hard... Well, I've done that. Like, when putting myself through college, like, I had cans of tuna and corn, like, every single day. Like, I just happen to fall in a lucky position right now. Who knows, like, if I'll even have that when I get back, and that might be how you guys are. But, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? I could go back at any time. It's the problem. But I know what you're saying, because that's what I said. And it would change my life, but at the same time, like, I'm fine in my life is all I was trying to say. But, you know,
yeah,
I get that part of it.
And yeah, and I don't mean it in like a money brings you happiness type of thing either. It just, you know, it would be a completely different lifestyle, and it would just make life easier.
Well, yeah, for anyone.
And I don't know. That's where I'm coming from.
Well, the only thing that, like, was bothersome to me is, like, I wish that you would have talked to me, because, like, honestly, like, when you said that, like, I know, like, your dad thing, like, bugged you, but, like, I honestly, like, wouldn't have put you up, and I would have fought for you, and if you got put on the block, like, I would have taken you down. Like, I've told other, you know, like, I've told other people in this house that, like, then they were upset with me about it. Like, I feel so stupid, like, thinking that, like, you would do the same.
But, like, honest to God, given the situation, if my dad did go home last week, I would have done the same. Like,
I know, that sucks, because I helped save your dad to stay here. Like,
but at the same time, Jen, I was told that you approached Jessica last week, and you told her to prevent yourself from going up on the block, that Dustin, my dad, and myself all were in this alliance.
I never included you in, like, the alliance, for one, and I just said it seems weird that, like, things that him and Dustin, I never included you, ever.
Well, that's not what I was told, and even so, like...
It seemed, no, and it wasn't to prevent me from going on the block. Like, I really honestly thought that. Like, no, not even kidding. Like, I really thought that.
But there was no alliance, and I definitely wasn't part of it, and, you know, But, like, even just by throwing his name or my name out there, like, that puts me in, like, a really bad spot.
I honestly never said your name. Like, it was just your dad and Dustin. Like, never mentioned you, because I didn't think that. I honestly, like, for a long time now, thought that Dustin and your dad have been, like, they talk, like, a whole lot, like, odd times and places, and, like, I honestly thought that there was something, like, but I never included your name in it at all. So... just to let you know, like, and honestly, like, your own dad, like, tries to point out, like, your negative things. Like, I know you don't want to believe it, but, like, he is still, like, if he were to be here, I mean, I know he took you off the block, so it seems weird, but then he's like, oh, well, Danielle did that. So I feel like he's trying to do that so that, like, if it was back to, like, you and him up on the block, like, he'll figure out that he's safe or something. Like, I'm, like, not even kidding, because I'm always like, what? Like, I don't know. But it just, I mean, I get why you did it, but it just, like, seems, like, later when you watch, you'll be like, aw, like, she was, you know, like, and that's fine, too. But it just sucks. Because, like, obviously, like, it was already hard for me to, like, to be friends, you know, I don't know, you know what I mean? It was already hard for me to do that, to, like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm crying. It's awkward. But yeah.
I don't know. I don't want you to think that it's something that I did like to be mean or
Yeah.
like I don't know, cause it
Well,
like
this makes me wish that your dad did go home. Like I said, you know what I mean? Because it's like, then it would have been like a whole different, like everything, and everyone still would have got Dustin out. It's not like he would have been that difficult, you know? Because obviously I wasn't, and that's the other thing. Like, how am I your biggest threat when, like, I mean, not like saying it doesn't matter now. I'm not like throwing anyone under the bus because it doesn't matter at all. But like, how are like the other people that are like close in this house, like Amber and Jamaica or Jess and Eric? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but honestly, like I'm talking on a competitor's
yeah.
standpoint. Nobody's
But I was on
won
your
anything.
side, so that's why it's so weird. That's why I guess you just didn't know that, so that's why it didn't matter.
Well, I mean, honestly, though, like, since, the first week, like, you have been playing kind of all sides of everybody, and you do get along with everybody. You know what I mean? And it's like, even if you don't feel that safe, you're safer than me with a lot of people, because a lot of people don't necessarily particularly like me because of things that I've done in the game, and I don't know, like, I'm here to play, and if there's risks that I have to take, like, I'm willing to take them. Like, that whole thing with Eric, for a long time, it was like, well, I'm not going to do it unless I'm secure in the votes because this is totally going to screw me over, like, absolutely screw me over. And it got to the point where, you know what, I don't even care. Like, I know what I'm doing is the right decision, whether it works or not, I'm willing to risk it. And I did, and it didn't work, but, like, last week my dad would have been going home if it wasn't for Eric, and I didn't make like a deal or anything, but I feel like I'm not gonna turn around and stab you in the back after you just kept him in the house. Like I don't know, it's just I don't know, for me it's all on a strategic play.
Well, did you already do that for this week too then, like get people to vote, to say that they would vote to stay or keep Jamaica or whatever?
What do you mean?
Like how you did last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever?
With Eric?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know who was voting with Eric. I haven't, like, some people knew that I was thinking about using the veto or whatever, but nobody's told me how they're voting either way.
Well, I'm just saying because when it was Eric, like, you asked me, like, so you're voting for Kale if I put up whoever,
Well, at that point, too, it was like I wanted to be secure in the votes, and at that point, Jessica had told me that she was going to vote to evict Eric, so you were the fourth vote, which was, like, the secure vote, but then that's when all of them changed and everything else. So.
When Jessica did. Jessica always changes her vote, I think.
I know, huh?
Like, I think for Joe, for Carol even. Whatever.